finna feel me again. Roll me a bone. Step into the groove. Now you in the zone. Chill up on it.
Welcome, everyone. This is your girl Liza. Again, Miss Consistency, as always. I'm just going to change my birth certificate at this point and call myself Miss Consistency because I am always here. But your girl is here with the Woo 508 on Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection. And today, audience, today, listeners, we have a very special guest. And I'm actually excited because I love when we get women at the Woo 508. It is like a must, and I always harass the team to make sure we get some ladies in here. And today we have a very special lady. We have Anna V here today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Here so much. It's definitely an honor.
Perfect. Now, Anna is an artist, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So, Anna, let's just start. We start with everyone, and we always like to take it back to the beginning. Where are you originally from?
So, I'm from Boston. I was raised and born in Boston. I've always liked the Roxbury area and things like that, East Boston. I've been here and there, so moved around everywhere, but Boston is my home.
Oh, okay, nice. And so, growing up in Boston, what was it like for you?
So, growing up in Boston, I was actually in foster care. So I was all around the place here and, like I said, here and there. But it's definitely been an experience.
Wow.
There's so many different cultures in Boston and things like that. And I've experienced so many different meetings with people, and the environment here is definitely, I feel like Boston's a little underrated.
It is.
But yeah, I just feel like
I agree with you. Boston is underrated, and especially as far as talent, I feel like we always get overlooked for whatever reason, you know? So you mentioned you were in foster care. What was that like for you as a kid in foster care growing up in Boston?
So foster care, it's definitely, you live with different cultures and you meet all these type of people, and you're definitely back and forth a lot, and you get confused in life a lot. But I feel like if I never grew up in foster care, I would have never been introduced to like music or like rapping and things like that, because so many people have put me on to things and different friends and things like that. And I would have never even met those people if I was never in foster care.
Wow. Anna, I like the way you look at that experience, because you're right. You kind of get to dibble and dabble in different cultures, meet different families from all different parts of the world. At what age do you remember actually becoming interested in music?
So I was interested in music around like 15 years old, but that was more so just listening to like XXXTentacion and things like that. I met him a couple times. He was a really big mentor to me. Gave me a lot of great advice in person and things like that. And I don't know, like somewhere around like 2021, my friends, they were all super into drill and things like that. And they would be like, it's funny if we like did a troll song for like a drill song, like for you. And I was like, okay. And then I did the song, and then people just started like, flocking towards it.
Really?
Like I started gaining attention. I was like, maybe I could really do this music thing and things like that.
So let me ask, before that, had you ever thought about like dabbling in music at all?
I've always like, what do you mean?
Like before your friend said, hey, we're going to do this drill song.
Yeah, definitely. Because I've done like spoken word and like spoken word poetry and things like that. I was always super into poetry.
Wow.
I was always super into writing. I've always been great at writing, like especially in ELA and things like that. I was always really good writing essays, being able to, put my words, like I can't put things into words like verbally, but when I write it down, it just like flows out perfectly.
A lot of writers say that. They say they communicate best through writing.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. Okay, so at 15, this is the age. So you do this drill song, and people gravitate to it. They're like, wow, this really sounds good. Where do you take it from there?
Honestly, I just started writing more. I was just like, okay, then I just kept up with the drill image. And I started meeting all different types of people, and they were like, oh, you know, it'd be crazy if you deepened your voice a little bit. And so I started getting a little grislier, and like my voice started getting deeper over time and things like that. When I talk, I kind of have to heighten my voice a little bit when I talk, because doing the drill voice for so long has definitely toned down my voice and things like that. So, but yeah.
Now, was that a thing that you kind of wanted to do in terms of deepening your voice, or is that part of like the drill music outline?
I feel like it was part of the drill music outline, because definitely I feel it's getting a little overrated right now. So I'm just like trying to, you know, go more the feminine route and things. But I definitely did want the grisliness, because every time I would jump on a feature, or I would talk to like, or like I would be on a song with a guy, they'd be like, why is your voice deeper than mine? Like, how is this possible? And like guys would be jealous of it or things like that. Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny, but I definitely want to go more the feminine way.
Yeah. All right. So do you remember like maybe some of your inspirations at that time in terms of musically that kind of made you say, okay, I want to do this music thing?
So it's crazy because the inspirations I was listening to had nothing to do with drill.
Really?
I was really a big listener of Kendrick Lamar, XXXTentacion.
I love when I
else?
hear females say that they listen to Kendrick, because I never hear that a lot.
I love how he does his wordplay, and I've been listening to him for a long time, especially J. Cole as well. Like I've been listening to both of them for a really, really long time. And when I was listening to drill, I got put on to more drill rappers and things like that. Like I've connected with a lot of more actual popular drill artists and things like that, and they told me, you know, your music's good and things like that. And I actually got into connect with K Flock's mom and things like that, and me and her have a collab post on our page, on my page, yeah. And she's been really great. She's been a really great support system, and she's like, you sound like my son a little bit. I'm just,
I
like,
love that.
it would be fun if like K Flock was around, you know, for him and things like that. But I definitely started listening to more K Flock and things like that, and yeah, people was calling me a female flock and things like that. So, but yeah.
So in terms of the connections that you've made, and even just getting like advice from some of the artists, how is it that you reach out? Do you reach out to them? How do you connect with some of the artists out there?
So I don't really reach out to anybody. A lot of people just reach out to me because being new to the music thing, I didn't really know how to go about things and things. I didn't really know how to go about things and how to approach people, because I have like social anxiety like crazy. So people would just hit me up and they'd be like, hey, I want to do a feature. Like, I want to make a song, you know, I want to make a song with you, do stuff with you, because you're really talented. And like promoters would hit me up and they'll be like, you're really talented. Like, I would like to have you as a surprise guest, or like, you know, like to perform and things like that. And it's definitely been a life-changing experience, because I've gotten into some really great tap-ins and things like that. But yeah,
I like that, Hannah. So when you create, or what was the first song that you actually created that you kind of felt really proud of?
The first song I really felt proud of wasn't until like recently, actually, because like I said, I'm kind of over like the drill stuff a little bit. And like the song that is going to be played at the end of the segment, it's something that shows like my versatility and also like my wordplay, because I feel like drill is a bunch of like, it's a bunch of basic lines. Like, you just really rhyming. You're not really thinking about how to use punch-ins and things like that. Like, I don't know, like a comparison like to Ice Spice. I feel like she uses basic lines, but she
when you
sounds
say
she
it
sounds
like
good.
that, yeah, she kind of really does.
It's
yeah.
just like you're really just rhyming,
Okay.
and I
so
like
not
to be,
much thought into what it is that you're trying to say. Okay, that's
I like to be
interesting.
intelligent with my wordplay.
I
a
like
lot.
that. I like that. So, what is there? Now is the time that you said you're actually feeling more proud of what you've created.
Definitely.
Wow. Do you plan to continue in this direction?
I definitely do. I'm probably laying off the drill stuff and things like that for now. So I plan to, you know, more like a Coil Ray kind of like vibe type thing. Yeah, because I like harmonizing to beats a lot.
Yeah.
And I have like, I have when I'm able to harmonize on a beat, they're just like, why don't you go this route? Like, why don't you start, being more feminine in your music? I'm just like, you know what? I thought about it a lot, but definitely.
I love that. And Anna, I definitely want you to keep that up, keep it in that direction. And speaking of Coi Leray, we're going to jump into Coi Leray, the number 3 song, Keep It Up. Woo! And we are back. And that was our number 3 song, Keep It Up by Coi Leray. Shout out to Coi Leray, too. She's actually pregnant right now, so congratulations to her. And you are listening to your girl, Liza, Miss Consistency on the Woo 508 Unity Radio 97.9 FM. And we are back. Back with our very special guest, Anna V. And we are just going to jump right back into our very special conversation. We're actually talking music, guys. But Anna, I want to go a little further. And you talked about being proud of like the song you have now that we're going to listen to towards the end. But is there anything else about your music that you're like most proud of?
Like I said, the thing I'm most proud of is definitely the improvement, quality wise as well. Quality is super, super important to me. I feel like a lot of engineers, I didn't really have much of a say in the mixes and things like that, and I didn't really like the mixes. And I feel like I would just like I would try so hard to fit in and things like that to what other people agreed to, other than what I liked. So yeah, I feel more proud of myself just being able to say what I like now and going my own route.
Did you feel pressured to like have to do that? Because like, even as we were talking behind the scenes, like music, especially the music industry, is just such a male dominated arena.
Definitely.
So I know it can probably be hard, especially when you're working with new people and producers and engineers and everyone that's supposed to be like good at what they do, right? And they're giving you like their opinions on what it is that you should do. Is it difficult to deal with that?
I would say it is difficult to deal with it, but I feel like I pressured myself a lot. It wasn't people around me who were pressuring me, but it was like, maybe if this person likes it, it'll be better. Or if they're saying they like it this way, it's better. And I'm one to take all opinions in and things like that. But I feel like the people who were around me, they definitely believed me, supported me, and would always love what I had or had to make. And they'd be like, it sounds great, but this could be done or this could be done. I'm just like, okay. Like, then I have to like put myself in this box. It felt like, but it was just a lot of like of the anxiety within myself that just made me feel like I had to do what others said. But they definitely had good intentions for me. I always felt like that. Always good intentions. It's time I just go my own way.
Yeah,
you.
Speaking of the anxiety, you talked a bit about having social anxiety.
Yeah.
How is it dealing with that and wanting to be in like music and having to meet different people and put yourself out there, maybe sometimes when it's not as comfortable to do so?
So I definitely do deal with crazy social anxiety. So when I perform a lot, my hand, it shakes like crazy with the mic, but you don't see it because, my energy is there and like I'm like trying to distract myself with my body and my movements and things like that, and like switching hands with the mics. And it's definitely a lot of social anxiety performing. Meeting people, sometimes I pray to God a lot for like the ability to be more confident. And I feel like when we pray for things like that, he tests you with opportunities. And it's like it's up to you to be able to step out that box and pursue what you want. So it's like something I have to do. But
I like the way you look at it, Anna, because I think it is one of those situations like it's hard putting yourself out there and having to make yourself open, right, to critiques and comments and things like that, or just meeting different people. Sometimes you don't know if people are good, if they're bad, what have you. But I think just trusting in God and knowing that he is leading you in the right direction, especially if this is something that you prayed for and you're really asking for.
Definitely.
But I think what you're doing is amazing, that you're putting forth the effort, because I think a lot of people pray for things and they think God is just supposed to
they're
send
just
it to
gonna,
them.
zap, there you
Yeah,
go.
like
Like, no.
sit there and just wait for it to come, right? But putting the effort and really going after some of the things you want is really what's going to get you, you know, the things that you're looking to achieve.
100%.
Have you decided on like building a team? Because I know we talk like a lot of this stuff, you're here alone, you're doing this by yourself, you're kind of redirecting your career. Have you thought about maybe working with certain people or building a team to maybe help alleviate some of the heavy work that you have to do that will allow you more time to just be creative?
I've definitely thought about working with more people and building a team, and there were people I met a couple days ago, and like I said, they're the ones who took me to Fashion Week and things like that, and they were like, your music sounds so good. They were like, we'll give you free studio time, like they and like they took me to the event to go network with people, and I've seen people just not have to like ask for my money and just do and believe in me. And that's what a lot of people in my past were doing too. Like they were paying for studio time and things like that. But it's like, I feel like I want to go about my own platform. Like I feel I don't want to have it off of somebody else's platform. That's why I think I'm like laying off of working with other people a little bit for now, just because I want them to see like I can pop my own thing and like I can do it myself. But it definitely is in the back of my mind to build a team and things like that. I have a female friend. Shout out to Ray.
Shout out to Ray.
Yeah, Ray and Jazz. They're such good people. And she's a videographer and she's super talented, and she would take little reels of me and like photo shoots and things like that. And I appreciate her so much for that, because I never had anybody with good camera quality. So it's really nice to see like somebody who believes in you and just like will really support you and things like that.
Yeah. And I think that's authentic too, right? People that generally want to see you win. It actually makes you feel good, and sometimes it makes you want to try harder, right? So shout out to those individuals who are definitely supporting you. And I think it's important for you to, build a team, but build it with people that you can trust. And like you said, people you know that just believe in you and they're not looking for anything from you.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. What is the hardest thing about trying to do it all on your own, put yourself out there, get your music thing going?
I feel like the promotion, like things definitely, like scared money don't make money, you know? It's like the music does still cost money at the end of the day to get things done, like videos, promotion be expensive, and then getting it on other pages to promote it. But I just think it's like the money's really the hardest part. But as long as, you know, save up, do your thing, just invest in yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Investing is the most important thing. And like you said, it's not easy, especially in this day and age with this economy. Outside of money, how do you plan to like push yourself? What
Honestly,
motivates you the most?
What motivates me really is, it really is the music. I really do love writing and things like that, and I like word playing, and I like listening to different beats. I really want to be versatile. Like I want to sing, I want to rap, I want to do all like rock star like type vibes. So it's like all over the place. It's definitely a scramble in my mind. So it's like it's hard to put it all into one piece right now. But I feel like I'm still finding my way as an artist, and things will slow down, and I'll definitely be able to maybe drop an EP with like 4 different styles or something like that.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I would love that. So I didn't know that you sing and all of that. Which do you prefer, the rapping or like singing?
That's why I feel like I chose harmonizing, because it's like rapping and singing a little bit. But I definitely want to go like Billie Eilish. She like, I love how she sings, how like soft her voice is. I just like how, I don't know, how she just flows so naturally with her voice. Because there's singers like Ariana Grande, but it's not like I want to go like that high and like that
belts,
far. Yeah, she has a crazy voice to her. But It's definitely something that I definitely want to do, probably be singing one day.
That would be
Mhm.
good. I could see you singing.
Mhm.
I really, Anna, could see you doing so many things. But we're going to pause and we're going to jump into the number 2 song. And the number 2 song is by Rima. Baby, is it crime? Is it a crime? That was Baby Is It a Crime by Rima, our number 2 song. I'm your girl Liza. You are listening to the Woo 508 on Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection. We're back, guys. Back with our very special guest, Anna V. And Anna, now, after this segment, we are actually going to get into your song. So I want you to tell me what was your creative process in creating this song? How did it come about? What was the feel of it? Why was it even created?
So I actually have something called I can never say the word. It's like a brain thing where you see like colors and shapes when
Really?
you hear music.
I feel like I've heard of that. Like a few, I've heard a few artists talk about that.
Yeah, so when I create music, I see a bunch of colors and things like that, and I really have to like, my fingers do like a weird thing also where I like try to like tap with the beat as well. And the lyrics, like I like harmonize to the beat before I start coming up with the lyrics, and it just like starts coming to me and things like that. So it's definitely.
So was it more like a and then until the words start to formulate?
And as I like do that little the colors and the shapes, they start coming to me a lot.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely. I definitely didn't know what it was. I thought I was like having hallucinations, but my doctor was like, "It's totally a normal thing, especially if you listen to a lot of music." And I was like, "Okay." Like, I'm glad it's normal.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. And so is that what started happening when the song was created?
Yeah, because I didn't always see shapes and see colors when I listen to music, but I definitely love hearing a song and I'd be like, I see like purple, yellow, green, and things like that, or I see like circles, triangles, squares, and it's definitely an experience when I listen to music. So when I listen to my own music, I'm just like, wow, all these vibrant colors and like these different shapes. Like, I just think it's interesting and it makes me different. I know Charlie Puth, I think he also has that as well, and is why he's able to pick up any note on like the piano. He's able to like copy or mimic any song just by like listening to it the first time.
Wow.
But I've never had access to instruments and things like that, so maybe one day, who knows?
Yeah, it might just be in you, especially if it's so vivid through the colors like that. And so did you just sit down and write this song after, or was it completely freestyled?
So I wouldn't, it was kind of freestyled, but I definitely took my time with it as well because I wrote this song in one night.
Wow.
I stayed up from like 10 p.m. and like 6 in the morning. I was like, I just wrote a really crazy song. I need everybody to listen to this right now. And that's why I say I'm proud of my music now, because this was something that I really like took my time with, but also just created in a night, because it takes me days to write sometimes. Like
Really?
it takes me like a week to like write one song.
Is that because of like writer's block or?
Yeah, a lot of writer's block and things like that. It's definitely hard. And when you're trying not to use the same lyrics over and over again, and when you're trying not to use the same words, especially because I really try to not use the same lyrics at all. Like I try not to be repetitive in my music.
And I can get that coming from you, especially because you love to write and you were such a great writer. I'm pretty sure in school they would tell you, use different words, don't always use the same words. Yeah, I like that. And so how was it in like getting in the booth and creating this song?
So getting in the booth, I was just super excited because I was definitely still finding out the tone to it, because it does have some grisliness to it, but it also has like my regular voice in it as well. But I was trying to find my tone to it, but more so just excited to create the song because, like I said, it does show my improvement in wordplay. It does show my improvement in music. Because when people listen to my old music, they're just like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what's up. Like, okay. Then they listen to this song, they're just like,
Wow.
dude, like, this is good. Like, this is actually good. I'm just like, thank you. Start crying, like, thank you.
Especially when you work so hard on it. I can see that because you said it's one of the first songs that you're actually really proud of, it's more a representation of you. And I think that's really important. So, Anna V, when you get to the studio, what is the vibe like? I love to ask people because are you someone that has to have a bunch of people around, or do you like it really quiet and soft and no one else around?
I definitely like both type of vibes because, you know, some people are just being really loud in the studio and think it's like a party.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, we're here to work. But the vibe when I come into the studio, people are just like, oh, hi, like you're a female. Like, hi, nice to meet you.
Are they usually shocked to see you when you come in?
Yeah, as soon as I hop in the booth, they're just like, what? I did not expect that voice to come out you. And like the way I rap and like when I recorded Pablo, they were just like, oh my gosh, this is really good. I did not expect this from you. And it's just like, you know, I don't look how I be rapping, so people be really shocked.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, that feeling just, I don't know, I like that feeling.
Yeah.
I like people assuming from what I look like.
Yeah, what they perceive you to be.
Yeah, and then they hear and they're just like, oh, okay, like this is something new.
I like that. I like that. And why the name Pablo? Is any particular reason?
So, I'm El Salvadorian,
nice.
white and Mexican. So yeah, Pablo was actually the name of the beat. So I just named it Pablo. But I really like the I don't know how to explain
Maybe
it.
like the cultural connection to it.
Yeah, the cultural connection, and it's like it's also like a Mexican type beat. I feel like when you listen to it, like a cartel drill kind of like vibe.
Nice.
So it really like, I really love stuff like that.
I like it. Why don't you go ahead and intro that song for us?
All right, guys, this is Pablo by Anna V. Pablo by Anna V. Get ready to listen to this banger. Anna V on the track, let's get it.
I could get you 2 for 1, tell your friends remember me. In the section drinking Kasi, might not have no memory. Gun up in the club, we got personal security. Don't say anything and you might just be secure with me. In the club, VIP, ballin' like I'm Stephen C. 22 to 23, hoping I reach 20 G's. Trying to reach my legacy, hoping they remember me. Giving pals of energy and it took every ounce of me. I've been humble for a minute, giving them my life, but I'm coming back to take it cause they upping on that prize. Winner takes it all, so now I'm giving it my life. Placing down they bets, I put my soul in that dice. Deadly presence with a steady weapon, turn you to a lesson. Don't forget it, know you said it, pray for you.
And we are back. And yes, that was our girl, Anna V with Pablo. What you know about Pablo? Y'all need to tap in and make sure you go listen to more of that because she has some great sound and amazing music. So we are here with the Woo 508. Sorry, I got excited about that song, y'all. I lost track of where I was for a second. But you're listening to the Woo 508 on Unity Radio, 97.9 FM. And we are back, like I said, with our very special guest, Anna V. And that was her song, Pablo. Now, Anna, before we get out of here, because, like I said, that song was amazing, we want to make sure the listeners know where they can find you, where they can follow you, where they can hear more of Pablo and all of the other music and things you got going on.
Gotcha. So my Instagram is Back to It Anna V. So Back to It ANAV. That's all you got to know. I'm back to it.
Back to it. She's back to it. So make sure you go follow her, go check her out. And again, make sure you check out her new song, Pablo. And I am your girl, Liza, Miss Consistency. And we are out of here. Woo!
Woo!
Finna feel me again. Roll me a bone. Step into the groove. Now you in the zone. Chill up on the hill. See what's going on. See what's going on. I see what's going on. Got my team